Hello to all of you, however many of you there are in chat. Welcome. Welcome, comrades. It's time. It's time now for me and you to see MCU. This is an ongoing adventure. Nice. Yeah, I know. It's an ongoing adventure in the Marvel Cinematic Universe by myself, SweetPeebs, and my roommate, suavepeanut. It is in the style of Adam Scott Aukerman's podcasts. You know, are you talking U2 to me, or are you talking REM re me? That sort of thing. And we are watching every single Marvel movie in random order. We've got a wheel that we spin. And we just started this like last week. So we are joined by a special guest, Shannon Strucci, Mixed Movies. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome, Mixed Movies. I heard you like
I'm
movies.
Happy to be here. What?
I heard you like movies.
I do like movies. Sometimes I've said I hate movies. Right now I like movies.
You like movies. And suavepeanut. Hello. Do you like movies?
Hello. Yeah, I love film.
You love film. Have you ever seen a Marvel film?
Unfortunately, I have seen all of them.
Wow.
What about you, Shannon? Have you seen? How many have you seen?
I think the last one I saw was like Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I said no more of this.
No more.
At a certain point, I quit watching them. I haven't seen most of the Avengers movies after a certain point.
No, that's fine. You're not missing anything.
Okay.
You're really not. But this is my 38 slide presentation about the Marvel movies we've been watching.
That's one for each movie plus two more.
Sure. So what's going on here? So the whole idea started after the two of us, we decided to go see Thunderbolts. It's the newest film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You probably haven't heard of it. It's pretty niche. But before that, they said, "Hey, Rebecca," and that's my name. Actually, you read that. That's you saying that.
Okay. Hey, Rebecca.
That's my name.
We need to watch the shitty Captain America Brave New World before we go see Thunderbolts Asterisk in cinemas.
Why? I asked.
Because.
Okay, I replied. Anyway, too long didn't read, whatever. We saw Thunderbolts, and I love Bucky Barnes. Like, this has been going on for years and years and years. It came, but my brainworms woke up from hibernation, and I said, hey, we should watch every MCU movie so I can rate them on Letterboxd, because it turns out I've only seen like half of them, to which suavepeanut said,
okay.
And there's also another reason, which I will address in the next slide. But before I go to the next slide, so how I want the discussion to go is we're going to see my rating. We're going to see the poster. And then so suavepeanut and I are going to describe the plot to you, Shannon. Because you might not have seen some of these films. I don't know. And also there are a couple of movies in here, like Brave New World is in here. A couple of things that aren't officially MeNU2CMCU are in here, because again, we've only actually watched 4 so far, and I didn't want, that would be a short presentation. So I did add, since we starting with Captain America Brave New World. So now I will go to the next slide and tell you the next reason why we are doing this. And that reason is Yelena Belova. Yeah! Yelena, played by Florence Pugh.
My girl.
Miss Flo, as she is called by some. She hates that nickname. Let's not call her that again. Anyway, so Yelena shows up in Thunderbolts. But I had not... She also... Hang on, let me start over. She is introduced in Black Widow in 2021, which I had not seen. I just hadn't gotten around to it. She then shows up again in the Hawkeye TV show. That's what 2021, 2022, what around there. But I hadn't seen either of those. I had only seen her in Thunderbolts, and I was like, who is? I love her. She's a cutie pie, I just met her, but if anything happened to her, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah, so I love her very much. She is the little sister of Black Widow. She is Black Widow's little sister. And that's, that's how things work. Anyway, so I love her. Rye loves her. SweetPeanut loves her. And hopefully you will as well soon, Shannon, and you in chat. Like, so, all right, so let's go to the first one. Let's go. Captain America Brave New World. I have rated this half of a star.
5.
Out of 5 stars. 1/2 of a star out of 5 stars. And I genuinely don't fucking remember what this movie's about. So it's got, okay, you might be wondering, hang on, who's this man? This is not Steve Rogers. No, this is Sam Wilson. He's better. Steve Rogers was like, Captain America, and now Sam Wilson's like the cooler Captain America. So this is his first outing, and he unfortunately
They done him dirty.
This is an absolute dog shit film. I guess it's got Red Hulk in it. You can see that. Harrison Ford's in it. It's generous to say he's in it.
He collects a paycheck.
Also, Giancarlo Esposito is apparently in it, which I keep forgetting. So,
He's got sunglasses on the poster.
He has sunglasses on. He's trying to keep his cool. Yeah. He's I guess like an arms guy, an arms dealer man. I don't know.
Hey, how bad does your movie have to be for us to forget that Giancarlo Esposito is in it?
Genuinely. This is the one where I won't get into the controversy, but
that's who that lady is.
Yes. I won't get into it, but
I did not recognize this lady on the poster.
This movie, it went through a bunch of rewrites. The original name was New World Order, which they realized pretty damn quick the optics of that. So just it's a forgettable movie. It pisses me off that Sam Wilson's first outing as Captain America is this. So here's some stuff that's in this movie. Let me pull out my pen. Get my little pen here. So here is Harrison Ford. He is in this movie. Here's
I love the verbatim quote you've given him.
This is he said that. I was actually standing over here behind him. I'm just out of frame, and I heard him say this on the phone. Liv Tyler's also here.
Can I interject about Harrison Ford in this film? He is in this taking over the role from William Hurt.
William Hurt, yes. Since
William Hurt, the late William Hurt.
Death. The late, not great William Hurt.
I said what I said. I said the late William Hurt.
Yeah. So he is taking over as General Thunderbolt Ross, and he hates the Hulk, which is ironic because he turns into a Hulk. Who gives a shit? So here's Liv Tyler. She's there for like a second, reprising her role as, Elizabeth Ross. It's bland. This is
from The Incredible Hulk 2008.
From The Incredible Hulk 2008. This is, as I have mentioned, this is Sam Wilson. He is Captain America. This is his son. They're not related, but this is his son Joaquin.
This is the new Falcon.
And he's cute. He's a baby, and I love him. Here, let's talk about Giancarlo. We've already talked about Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah.
So here's Carl Lumley. He's in this movie as well. That's fine. Great to see him. But here's something.
Wait, one more thing.
Yeah.
I just want to say that those two were introduced in the Disney Plus original series, The Falcon.
Correct. This character, Joaquin Torres, and this character, Isaiah Bradley, were introduced in the Disney Plus series, 2020, whatever. 2021, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which I have seen, of course, because we don't need to talk about it just yet. But, they were introduced. So if you do not have a Disney Plus subscription and you watch this movie and you're like, who are these nice men? Fuck off. Like, you don't get to know, go get a Disney Plus subscription, right? So that's how that works. The whole ecosystem sure is here. Anyway, here's Celestial Island. This is from Eternals, which I didn't know. I mean, like I knew.
Also 2021.
Also 2021. So this is. We'll talk about this later.
Okay.
This shows up in a movie. I hadn't seen Eternals before I saw this, so I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And I was like,
as I recall, I said, when this title card showed up, I said, "Hey, have you seen Eternals?" And you said no. And I said, "Okay, well, this is from that." And you lost your mind briefly.
It's like, okay, all right. So whatever. Anyway, this movie's forgettable. It has these people in it. It has other people in it. What's his face is in it as well.
Tim Blake Nelson.
Tim Blake Nelson is in this movie as well.
Nice. Why isn't he on the?
Cause I forgot. Shannon, I forgot. Well, he doesn't look great. His brain's all like lumpy and stuff.
Yeah, he's also reprising the character he played in The Incredible Hulk 2008, but now he's a villain.
Does he have a southern accent?
No.
He sounds like Tim Blake Nelson doesn't want to be in this movie.
Yeah. A lot of these people don't want to be in this movie. And it's very obvious, but they're having, at least these people were doing their best, having fun. The rest of these people were like, you know what, Marvel? Okay, that's fine. By the way, everyone, so there's a QR code on stream right now. There's also a link somewhere in chat that will take you to the GoFundMe. We are currently trying to help out Devalidate Studios. So a 4 terabyte hard drive went kaput, and it's going to cost $1,600 to restore the data on that drive. And we've raised quite a bit of money, so there's a huge dent in it. Thank you all so much for your help. If you want to
got a new donation.
Oh, got a new donation?
$25 from Bradley Baker. Thank you.
Thank you. By the way, anybody who donates during the stream, Joel will record something for you. Any character. It wasn't explicit if it was like, do you validate characters? But Joel didn't say, so I'm gonna say any character out there, as long as it's not like racist or whatever, So please be mindful what you request. Thank you. All right. This is the best part of this movie. This is the part I care about. So Sam and Bucky are best friends. Do you know who these people are? Do you know who Bucky is? Do you know who Shannon, do you know who Bucky Barnes is?
Yeah, of course.
You fucking okay. I
saw Civil War. What year was that?
2016.
9 years ago I saw that movie.
So Sam and Bucky are best friends for fucking ever. This picture up here, this picture right here, this is clearly photoshopped. This is actually Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan at a Disney 23 event that has been photoshopped.
That's weird.
Well, I guess they couldn't be like, hey man, do you want to come to set and take a picture? They're like, nah. Anyway, so this is Sam's office. So he has a picture of his best friend Bucky Barnes.
Peebs, quick question.
Yeah.
This factoid about the Photoshop picture.
I saw it on Tumblr, and I did not know. I did not know this. I saw it on Tumblr. I did unfortunately recognize the picture after somebody pointed it out. Yeah, after somebody pointed it out, I did recognize the picture.
Okay.
Anyway, Bucky tells Sam, "I love you," which could mean nothing. Which could mean absolutely nothing. Let's erase that. Erase the evidence. So that's what I liked about this movie. So 1/2 of a star.
It lasts about 90 seconds.
It lasts about 90 seconds of this however long movie. 1/2 of a star. If they're such good friends, how come Sam lets Bucky wear his hair like that? I need you to shut up. Okay?
Oh my god.
No, just kidding. Keep talking.
The aggression in that.
Keep talking. Keep talking. Keep talking about Sam and Bucky because they're best
I
friends.
think we've gotten into a fight in the past over Bucky's haircut.
It's just really funny that I don't know the story. In that Falcon and Winter Soldier show, he cuts it like it's his regular hair, and I guess they were just like, man, fuck it, just be in this show. I don't care. But then his next appearance, he's got his long hair again, and it's like, well, okay. I'm sorry for yelling at you. I do actually have a my Bucky Barnes brainworms woke up. We've established this. Okay, so first, Rye, what do
Yeah.
you have anything else to add before we ask Shannon their opinions on what we have said?
Just to mention that this started because I wanted to see Thunderbolts, and I hadn't seen Captain America, and I just wanted to watch it in case there was a reference to it because I've seen them all. I had no idea what I was unlocking.
Yeah, Rye just wanted to have a nice time at the movies, and then this
Yeah.
happened.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and then this happened. So, Shannon, what did you think? What did you think? You have watched Captain America: Brave New World now. You just watched it with us. What do you think?
I mean, I didn't know about the photoshopped photo. That's
This
pretty
one?
funny. Yeah, that's crazy that
It's
they couldn't just plan to. Yeah, it's sort of like a metaphor for these movies in general, right? You couldn't
Yeah.
even plan for 5 seconds on set in costume to have them take a picture together. You like retroactively build everything out. Is it even a real, photo frame, or is it CGI with overworked, underpaid VFX artists? I don't know. I'm glad that I haven't seen this one. What all those eagles? I was about to be like, why are there eagles or falcons or whatever? Then I was like, wait, I'm silly.
So
In the background of that picture.
this room is a hospital room. And it's at Walter Reed. It's at Walter Reed, so America, support our troops, etc. So that's why that's that excuse. However, the symbolism of birds and eagles next to Sam Wilson, the new Captain America.
He encircled
That's
Captain
still.
America.
This man.
So when you said he said he loved him,
He said, "I love you, buddy," which could mean
he
nothing.
said buddy.
Which
He
could
said
mean
buddy at the end.
nothing.
Never mind.
Which
Forget
could
the question I was
which
gonna
could
ask.
mean nothing.
Never
This is
mind.
Disney after all. No homo.
It is Pride Month.
It is Pride Month. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride, Sam
Can
Bucky
I-
shippers.
Can I talk about Tumblr real quick?
Yeah.
So I follow this lady on Tumblr, and she posted one thing. And being a supportive friend, I liked it. And now my whole dash is Sam and Bucky shipping posts.
My bad. My bad. Which could mean nothing. My bad.
Which could mean nothing.
All right. So now Thunderbolts. We have gone from 1/2 of a star to 5 stars.
Mhm.
Oh.
So Thunderbolts is a movie about some silly billies who team up against Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Mhm.
And they're like, hey, you're not being a nice lady. Also, we're a ragtag group of silly billies. It's great. It's a great movie. It is also about how bipolar people should be allowed to physically punch their depression in the face.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Also, it's about how sometimes bipolar people they make their depression everybody in New York's problem. Everybody in New York has to deal with this man's depression.
Yeah, we said that they team up to fight Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Really, they team up to fight mental illness.
They team up to fight mental illness, and they have a group hug about it, and that's the resolution of the movie.
That's true.
Bucky's hair does look pretty good in
It
Thunderbolts.
looks crazy.
It looks crazy.
Could you go around this poster and identify all of these characters and where they come from and
Yeah.
what they mean to you?
Yeah, so this is Wyatt Russell. He's Dime Store Captain America. He's Wish brand Captain America. He was also introduced in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier as the replacement for Steve Rogers before Sam Wilson was like, okay, no, this guy sucks ass. I gotta take the shield back from him. This is Ava Starr. I guess she's from Ant-Man 2, which I haven't seen.
Yeah.
Yet. It's on the wheel. Apparently,
It's on the wheel.
It's on the wheel. She's Ghost. She can like phase shift or whatever. But again, I have not. This is my first exposure to this woman. This is David Harbour from Stranger Things. Alexei Shostakov. He's a super soldier from the Soviet Union, and he is Yelena's dad. And
Adoptive.
Okay.
Adoptive. Don't worry, but they're family.
Tend.
They love
But is
each
he
other.
Black Widow's dad? No.
He is Black Widow's dad. Yeah. So back in the
Okay.
90s, they were sleeper agents in the U.S. We can talk about this later. We actually
Okay, sorry.
Black Widow's
What?
actually on the list in the presentation.
It'll come up. It'll come up.
It'll come up. It'll
Okay,
come up.
Okay, not bad.
No, not you didn't know. That's why we're here. You didn't know. So he's here as well. Olga Kurylenko. Again, spoilers. Like, if you didn't want to be here, sorry. Spoilers. That says spoilers. Olga Kurylenko is Taskmaster. Master. She is in it for literally like 30 seconds. But they were like, we can't let people know that she's only in it for like 30 seconds. So she's on the poster.
She is billed higher than Lewis Pullman in the credits.
She is billed higher than Bill Pullman's son,
That's
Lewis
true.
Pullman.
Oh yeah, there's more than one Nepo baby on this poster.
This is a Nepo baby. This is a Nepo baby. I don't know if anybody else is a Nepo baby. This is Bob. He has bipolar disorder. And probably a lot of other things. He does the dishes. He's so good at doing the dishes.
Sure, he has bipolar disorder, but he also has a support system.
Yes, and then this is, Bucky Barnes. And this is
So,
Yelena.
What percentage of these did you know before we saw the film?
So
2 out of 7?
Well, okay, things I had actually seen. So I knew that these two, sorry, girl. I'm so sorry, girl. These two were from Black Widow. Let me just erase this. I knew that these two were from Black Widow. I was aware that they existed. I have seen Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And then of course, I know.
You know this man.
I know this man. I know her now.
Who's new?
I love her. And then Bob. I love him. Love him very much. So, so this presentation is filled with screenshots from us. People love to take screenshots of movies. Unfortunately, since Thunderbolts is still in theaters, I couldn't get screenshots of it. So here's what I did. I found memes on Tumblr of Thunderbolts. Here. So these are some things I found on Tumblr. This is my newest review because we actually went to see Thunderbolts again today.
Just got back about 45 minutes ago.
We just got back just before this presentation. We just saw Thunderbolts again. And this was my most recent review. So here's a collection, an assortment of memes of Thunder. Oh yeah, okay. So Bucky joins Congress. Bucky's been elected to Congress. I don't know why they made this decision, but
what is that hair lower right? What am I looking at?
What? This hair?
That looks.
Don't worry about it. Sometimes
my eye keeps being drawn to that corner.
Sometimes Sebastian Stan has his real hair. Sometimes they put this man in a wig. Don't worry about it.
How much did this movie cost to make?
I don't know. Who cares? It's an excellent movie.
Less
Okay.
than it made.
What?
It costs less money. That it's profitable is what
It's
I said.
profitable, yeah. So here's this. Can you pick that Yelena finds in a lap?
Mhm.
Nobody likes John Walker.
Nope.
Everybody loves Bob,
Bobby.
even though he literally caused all the problems. Here's this one's funny. I found this one yesterday. Anyway, so yeah, so do you want to guess how many times? Chat, Shannon, do you want to guess how many times I have seen Thunderbolts?
Is it on streaming or just in
Negative.
theaters?
So we have a movie. We have an unlimited movie pass.
Oh, 8 times is my guess.
8 times. Chat, do you have any guesses of how many times I have seen Thunderbolts in theaters? Breadworker says 5 times. Wizard Supreme says 4 times. I have seen it 4 times.
Ah!
I have seen. SweetPeanut has seen it twice in theaters.
2 times.
2 times.
She went by herself to see it 2 additional times.
I went by myself too, because it's like 2 blocks away. The theater's 2 blocks away. I don't have much going on. You know, I was like, you know what? I might as well spend the 50-cent surcharge to use the unlimited movie pass that I have and go see this movie. Because sometimes I don't feel great, you know? Sometimes I don't feel great. So I go
Just want to go see your friends.
just want to go see the fictional characters that I like. So that's Thunderbolts. Rye, do you have any more thoughts on Thunderbolts?
Yeah. So one thing I want to say about the previous film, Captain America: Brave New World, when you get to the credits, I think there are 5 writers or 6.
Correct. There are 5 credited writers for Captain America: Brave New World. Who knows how many uncredited writers did a treatment of that schlock? There are 2 writers on Thunderbolts. One of whom also did Black Widow, which I enjoyed.
Nice.
Yeah.
A real movie.
It's a real
movie.
It's a real movie. So
I
Shannon,
have heard good things, yes, even before this presentation.
Shannon, you have just watched Thunderbolts asterisk with us. What did you think?
It was having just watched it for the first time right now
Yeah.
in the past 10 minutes. Oh, it was charming.
Mhm.
I don't like the color grading, but it was interesting. It did have a lot to say about found family and mental illness, evidently.
Yes.
So true.
So true. By the
A
way,
charming cast of characters.
it is a charming cast of characters. By the way, the asterisk. This is actually the new Avengers.
What? Tell me about that, because I have heard a little bit about this.
So okay.
Yeah.
Titling.
So yeah. So in the comics, the Thunderbolts is a team organized by General Thunderbolt Ross. That is not the case in this film. So back in the 90s, when they were sleeper agents, Yelena was a member of a Pee Wee soccer team called the Thunderbolts. And it was a good memory she had as a child. Or it was something that made her happy as a child. And she mentions it offhand. And then he sarcastically is like, oh, so we're the Thunderbolts. And then he's like, Yelena, you named your team after your Pee Wee soccer team. That is so nice. So then it kind of stuck. Again, it is not the Thunderbolts of the comics. But then, so Julia Louis-Dreyfus is a lady. She's Madame Hydra in the comics, is that character. However, that's not the case in the films. She wants to remake. She is the head of the CIA. She does not want to get impeached. She's doing anything in her power to stay in power. So she basically kind of tricks them at the very end of the movie, kind of tricks them into agreeing to be the new Avengers team. So they have leverage over her. She has leverage over them. It's it's a situation. And this is, of course, causing issues with Bucky's, queer platonic life partner, Sam Wilson, who says, Bucky, why did you join this team? They're sponsored by the government. I thought we weren't going to be sponsored by the government ever. Also, I'm mad at you. I'm going to sue you. Here's scales of justice. I'm suing you over the naming rights. So anyway, that's the situation we now find ourselves in ahead of the Fantastic Four movie.
Someone in
So
chat has a question.
I don't know the answer to this.
Whatever. I don't know. It's literally been, I haven't read a comic in like 15 fucking years, so I'm literally probably wrong.
So the end of the film, the title card, Thunderbolts, asterisk, and then a swipe, the New Avengers.
Yeah.
So that's what the asterisk means.
So, whatever. I'll Google it. I'll Google this after. You're probably right. Anyway, so this is this film. Literally, I actually adore this film. There's some hokey bits near the end where they're like a team. Like, it's so hokey, but it's cute. It's a great movie. Okay, yeah. Then, yeah. All right, next up. Captain America the Winter Soldier. Also 5 stars. I think we can guess why it's 5 stars. That's right, because it has Robert Redford in it. So, literally,
What?
What do you mean what?
No, sorry. I said what at the list on the
This
middle of
is
the
Steve's
screen.
list.
Sorry, I just saw Steve Jobs, Thai
Yeah.
food, Star Wars, Star Trek.
Yeah. So when Steve got out of the ice, he missed all the stuff, And so he started a list, and people were like, hey, here's the stuff that you need to check out now that you're alive again. So this movie is fucking awesome because it's a spy thriller in a Marvel movie. It has Robert Redford in it!
From Sneakers?
From Sneakers! Actually, there is a photo of his character, supposedly in 1982, that is actually a publicity still from Sneakers. The website I found did not. It's one of those sites where it collects like every 2 seconds or whatever. So it randomly did not grab that publicity still of him in Sneakers. But yes, anyway, so this movie is a spy thriller in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's got Anthony Mackie in it. It's got Sam Jackson, who's my birthday buddy. It's got Scarlett Johansson. She's also here. And then it has all these people taking a nap. And it, do you know?
Okay, I have seen this one. I had to double check on my letterbox.
Yeah, so if you...
Because I couldn't remember if I had seen it.
Well, because you said you'd seen Civil War.
Yeah.
And this one's before Civil War.
That makes sense.
This one, it's the one that introduces this guy right here.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever the fuck this is. I don't know him.
The titular Winter Soldier.
The titular Winter Soldier. 2014 is when this movie came out. That is true. Yes. Thank you for reminding me. Fun fact, some entries in Cap's list of things to look up are different depending on the country. The movie, yeah. Oh, in the Italian version, it had Roberto Benigni in it. Yeah, that is something I had forgotten. That is a fun fact. All right, so here's who is the Winter Soldier? We don't know because his face is in shadows. He is always there's absolutely no way of knowing who this man is. So I want you to take a few guesses. Who could the Winter Soldier be? It clearly it's someone of a great import. Otherwise, we would see his full face. But I chat, and the two of you, I would like you. Who is the Winter Soldier?
Well, I've seen the movie, and His hair looks better here.
It looks great. Um, it's
I'll
always
address that. This was not part of the project. This one didn't come up on the wheel.
correct.
Um, I was out of the house, and you just watched it at home by yourself.
Correct. Twice.
Oh, cool.
Sometimes you gotta do. All right, so this was even when I saw this movie the first time, like it's such an odd creative decision to be like, who I don't know, I don't recognize this man. Who is this man with the beautiful eyes? I don't know who it could be. So, Bread Broker, I need you to leave. That no. Okay, so some snowy guy. I don't know, but wouldn't
It's
you?
because he was in the first movie, and we would recognize him if we saw his
That's
face.
right. That's right. It's Bucky. It's Bucky. Who the hell is Bucky though? I don't know. This man. Just kidding. It's Bucky Barnes. I know. But whenever, like, it's so funny. Every time I watch this movie, I laugh because it's like they're fighting. He and Steve are fighting, and then he knocks his mask off, and it's this dramatic reveal that it's been Bucky the whole time, but he doesn't know who he is anymore.
It had been 3 years since that film, so I didn't recognize it. I didn't know who this character was supposed to be.
You didn't? Oh, okay. Well, I also was a comics reader.
Well, also, thankfully, as a good script would, it did tell me who he was
It
in
did?
short order.
It did.
So it worked out.
Yeah. What a twist, though. What a twist. Something else I really enjoy about this movie is this part right here. So when...
That man is so surprised.
I'll let this slide speak for itself.
Is this an excerpt from one of your reviews?
Yeah,
Okay.
it is. He just rips it out of his car. I love this movie so much. 5 stars. Do you have anything to add, Ryan?
No, I do not.
Shannon, you've seen this movie. Do you have anything to add?
I liked it. I think I liked it okay.
All right. Excellent.
11 years ago.
Shit, that's 11 years. This movie's 11 years old.
Yeah, I think the last time I watched this would have been at the Captain America marathon I went to for Civil War. So that was Cap 1, Avengers 1, Cap 2, Avengers 2, and then Civil War. So that would have been 9 years ago.
Wow. I need to burp. Hang on. Excuse me. All right, so the next one we're talking about is Black Widow. Black Widow with the titular Black Widow. So this was the introduction of Yelena, and this is real
And Alexi.
and Alexi. This is real and true. So Yelena talks about how she doesn't want kids. She'd rather have a dog, which is all the confirmation I need that she is asexual. Anyway, all right. So
I thought she said she didn't want a boyfriend. She wanted a dog.
a boy. That's what I meant. They were talking about that. That's what they had been talking about. I got
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was thinking about the whole very misogynistic. So, as introduced in Age of Ultron, the Black Widows are all sterile. And we will talk about this. Unfortunately, we have had to watch Age of Ultron for this presentation. But it just, if you've seen Age of Ultron and you remember the quote unquote monstrous thing about Black Widow is she's sterile and can't have children. And they bring that up again in this movie. It's fucking
It's crazy. I'm sterile. I got surgery.
Yeah, like it's so fucking misogynistic. It's so like
I think I saw Ultron and hated it.
Joss Whedon
Yeah.
die challenge.
Please.
Not just for that. I mean, we all know how shitty that dude is. Like fucking. Anyway, so Black Widow, yeah. Alexei, his wife, Milena. Well, they were fake married. Anyway, they were sleeper agents in the United States in the 90s because they were stealing information on the Winter Soldier Project. They were stealing information about how to control minds because they wanted to better control the Black Widows. And this means Bucky was just out of frame the entire movie. In that part, at least. Actually, yeah, in the whole movie. Anyway, this is set during just after Civil War, actually, when Nat is on the run, when some of the others are in jail. So she's on the run. Her sister Yelena has broken free of this mind control, and she is on a quest to free the rest of the widows from this mind control. And sorry, I'm parched. And that's that adventure. So again, Yelena, she is in this film. I love her very much. She's a cutie pie. You know who else is in this movie? That's right, Rachel Weisz. Rachel Weisz is in this movie. And I enjoyed her being there a lot.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, anyone might enjoy watching a movie with Rachel Weisz in it. Anyway, so it's a great movie. I enjoyed it because of the characters and the situations and the, explosions and all that. This is the one that was supposed to be in theaters, but the start of the pandemic pushed it onto Disney Plus, and Scarlett Johansson sued because there was they didn't want to pay her as much or something. I forget the specifics, but
I think she was supposed to get points, and because of the box office was affected, she didn't get her money.
Right, yeah. So they didn't want to pay her what she expected to get for a theatrical release. But then it was shunted off to Disney Plus, which is disappointing because this is actually I like this movie. It's an enjoyable movie.
It's a fun little romp. It's a film with characters with clear motivation, which is hard to find in this universe.
That is correct. Also, not to pit women against each other, but Captain Marvel was a movie touted as amazing girl power, women rock, that sort of thing. However, to me, Captain Marvel fell flat, especially the moment when I'm just a girl, hey, look at me, started playing. I get it, you're a woman, okay? I get it. I promise I get that you are a strong, capable female in a comic book movie. This movie did not make me feel like that. This movie, I was watching it, I said, all right, multiple women are in this movie. Yelena's in this movie. Rachel Weisz is in this movie. Scarlett Johansson is also in this movie. And there's, it's a great movie. So I enjoyed this movie. So, do you have anything else to add, Rye? Okay.
Not really. I think I got what I want to say.
Yeah.
I'll add a point on Captain Marvel though.
Yeah.
Even though we haven't watched it, just to say the reasons you don't like it. My 64-year-old mother ate all that up. She loves that movie.
And you know what? Even though I didn't appreciate that, I like when women can see women on the cinema screen. It wasn't for me, but seeing other women excited is for me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Shannon, now that you have seen this movie, what did you think?
Y'all think in this poster, do you think her hair is photoshopped on?
Oh, that's an awful wig.
It just looks. It doesn't even look like a wig to me. It just looks like a Photoshop composite. Like
I
her
mean,
face was photoshopped onto a different body. Like
it
her
looks
eyes and nose and mouth.
it looks like they just super overbrushed. Yeah. It definitely looks like a super airbrushed. Cuz we can't have women looking weird on posters, can we?
It's also it's what I've read some. R.S. Benedict had a good article about how, like, in Marvel movies, there's like romance or like these things, and they're all ripped, but there's no actual like kissing or sex, and it's just like it's like sexualized and desexualized at the same time. It's just very weird. I don't even know how I feel about this movie, even though I just watched it just now.
It
I don't know if this one's for me.
One thing that so there was a joke in this. So throughout Scarja's entire stint in the MCU, she has been overly sexualized, at which she had been fighting against, and she wanted to make sure that Florence Pugh did not deal with that same shit.
Mm-hmm.
So she like tried to protect Florence Pugh, and like she executive produced this movie, so like wanting to make sure that Yelena's introduction didn't have her like overly sexualized and all that.
The Joss Whedon tied to a chair.
Oh
I remember that.
Mewling Quim. Anyone? God. Like, okay, we'll talk about this in the Age of Ultron. I'll So, but this one, there is a joke about the sexualization of Natasha Romanoff, of like the pose they made her do, where she's like her leggy extended. She stick her leggy out and like looking all sensual and stuff. So they do make a joke about that. They have Yelena make a joke about that. Like why do you do this? This is weird. Why do you make this pose all the time? And so they try to lampshade it, but it does feel a little too late at that point. But regardless, I like this movie. All right, what's next? Ant-Man. So this was the first actual one of the MeNU2CMCU. So as you can see, it is one. So Ant-Man was the first one we clicked on the wheel. And this one, have you seen this one? This one came out right before Civil War, so I don't know if you saw this one.
No, I knew Edgar Wright got mad.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm not going to see that. Isn't Walton Goggins in it, though?
Not in this one.
The second one, okay.
It's in the second one, yeah.
I know this.
I'm definitely not going to see it.
I know this because Rye told me that Walton Goggins is in the second one. I haven't seen it yet. We'll get there. We will get there. So Ant-Man is about Paul Rudd, who I have met, talking to all these other people who I have not met in my real life. He's wasted in the second one, barely has any lines, damn. So there's a heist, and Paul Rudd, has to heist some stuff. And Bobby Cannavale is there, this guy is there, Michael Douglas, and then Michael Pena. There's a couple of Michaels in this movie, actually. Also, Evangeline Lilly is in this movie. We'll talk about her in just a second.
Yeah, she's the only woman.
She and Judy Greer. Judy Greer is also in this movie.
Thank you for that correction.
You're welcome. The only women in this movie are Evangeline Lilly and Judy Greer. And they certainly are in this movie. So, but it's a fun little romp. It's a heist movie. I love heist movies. Also, Luis, his little sidekick guy, I am not immune to a funny little sidekick. He's a funny little guy. I am not immune to that. It's pretty fun. It's a fun movie. So the only things I had seen of this movie before I watched it were Greg Turkington. Greg Turkington is in this movie. He plays the manager of a Baskin Robbins. And he's in it for one scene. And I said, "Oh, I've seen this. I have seen this scene because it's Greg Turkington. Of course, I've seen this scene." The only other part of this movie I have seen is, of course, the post-credits scene with Bucky leading into Civil War. So now I want to talk about Evangeline Lilly's fuck-ass bob. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about her bob here. Let's talk about her hair. What are your initial impressions?
Lower left, it looks photoshopped on. It looks like it's the wrong size for her face. She looks like it's like a Farquaad haircut. It looks like a helmet. It's terrible. Also, doesn't she have like horrific opinions?
In real life?
In real life?
In real life, yeah. Okay, I'm just
Isn't she an
checking.
anti-vaxxer or something?
Yeah, she's as a former Lost fan, a big Lost fan in the early 2000s. R.I.P. Anyway, no, it looks awful. It looks weird.
Awful,
Looks like a cosplay.
Marvel, their wig game is not on point. It is definitely not on point. So she is in this movie, and she plays the daughter of the original Ant-Man and the Wasp. So let me give you a little history lesson here. When the first Avengers movie was in pre-production, they were actually before pre-production. I mean, I guess anything before production is pre-production. When they were tooling it, trying to figure out the lineup, Ant-Man, Hank Pym, and Janet Van Dyne were originally supposed to be in the Avengers movie. That was their initial thought because those two are in the original Avengers comic lineup. However, I don't know what happened. I think Joss Whedon is just a shithead who is weird anyway. So when they finally made Ant-Man, they did Scott Lang, who is the next Ant-Man, and Hope is the next. I know. Listen, I haven't seen Ant-Man 2, but I know she ends up being Wasp, okay? Spoiler alert to myself. Sorry. Anyway, Thomas the Tank Engine does in fact say ACAB. 3.5 stars. I enjoyed it. Do you have anything to add?
Have y'all seen Friendship?
Not yet. I've been seeing that Thunderbolts shit too many like.
Y'all gotta watch Friendship.
I know.
I don't think I could watch this. Edgar Wright's the reason that I'm a video editor. Out of respect for him.
Yeah.
Well, he gets a writing credit and an EP credit at least.
Yeah. But yeah, that is one of the reasons I just never watched this. I also just never got around to it. But again, it's got a fun little guy who's a sidekick. I am not immune. I'm not immune to funny little sidekick guy propaganda.
Yeah, so I wasn't looking forward to watching this when it came up on the wheel. I was like, oh no. But it was fine. It's just a fun little heist movie.
Yeah.
It's just with some silly guys in it.
And I do love Paul Rudd. And
so Greg Turking's in this one. Tim Heidecker's in the second one.
Yeah.
We got another donation.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Luca,
thanks.
Thank you, $50.
Wow.
Thank you so much. Yeah, again,
$75 so far this stream. That's awesome.
Hell yeah. Yeah, again, if you've just come in, there's a QR code on the stream. We're trying to restore data from it's a big chunk of the show recordings, right?
Yeah.
Like it's most of it or a lot of it?
I think it's let me see. It's like the vast majority of SS Bad Ship and like 10 to 20 Oddity Roadshow episodes, I think. I don't know if that's correct. It's a lot. Like I was talking to Joel about, I'm gonna plug this while I'm in here. I got nominated for a Crit Award if you want to go vote for me or friends of the show on that. And I was gonna make some promo for it to post, and like a lot of the episodes I was gonna pull from the video is on that drive. So a lot of hero show stuff. So I'm like, guess I'll do audio only if we can't fix it in time. But this is gonna be a really huge help.
Yeah.
For Joel to get all that back.
It's
Had a bunch of stuff on it.
also you just need the data, you know, like kind of we want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't let the data die.
Don't let the data die. Next one, Hawkeye on the Disney Plus. So yeah, we did watch this one
Because Yelena's in it.
because Yelena is in it. But let's go back here. So I did give it 4 stars. It's a fun show. It is based. Yes, Sarah. So this is Hawkeye. It is based on the Matt Fraction run of Hawkeye. And it's got all the hits. It's got the Tracksuit Mafia. It's got Lucky the Pizza Dog. It's got Kate.
Dog.
Yeah, there's a dog there. Bucky is not in it, unfortunately. He's just out of frame. Actually, he is just out of frame. I did remove a star. This is genuine and real. It's a Christmas show. And it's each episode of the 6 episodes is a day until Christmas. And like we get it. Christmas is everywhere. It's omnipresent. And like I celebrate Christmas and I'm tired of Christmas being like the default holiday when you make a holiday TV show or whatever, you know? But it's Christmas jump scare, exactly. But it was very fun, very enjoyable. I am glad that I watched it. Also, so in this show, Yelena shows up and she makes some mac and cheese. And she eats it with hot sauce. And now we call boxed mac and cheese, Yelena dinner in honor of Yelena.
That's great.
YD.
YD Yelena dinner.
What kind of hot sauce is that? Is that sriracha? Or that like
yeah, it's sriracha.
Okay.
But we don't have any sriracha, so what do we have? Tapatio is what we have.
nice
Cholula.
Like
Cholula.
and Cholula.
I don't remember which one. So Cholula, yeah. So that's what we use. So Yelena is in this. This is the final appearance of Yelena on this list, unfortunately. So
We've now seen it all.
we've now seen everything that Yelena has been in until the next time. Until
Next Christmas.
the next fuck ass Avengers movie.
Europe.
But yeah, it was I liked this show.
Yeah. It was cute.
It was cute.
Linda Cardellini shows up.
Yeah, Linda Cardellini shows up. I was happy to see her. Some other people show up in this.
That lady who plays her mom.
Vera Farmiga is in
Yeah,
is
she's
there. Vera Farmiga plays Kate's mom.
And your personal friend.
That's actually right. My close personal friend, Vincent D'Onofrio, shows up in the...
You want to tell? Okay, first earlier you said you met Paul Rudd. What was that?
I was in New York in 2012 and I saw a play he was in with Mike Shannon and Ed Asner. And I went to the stage door. When I met Paul Rudd, I asked if it hurt when he fell from heaven, and he laughed. Then I met Ed Asner, and I was like jazzed as hell to meet Ed Asner because this dude's a legend. But I was looking behind him at Michael Shannon, and Ed Asner looks me in the eye and he says, "You know, you shouldn't let anything get in the way of what you want." And what he was talking about was the barricade between me and Michael Shannon. And I said, oh, Mr. Asner, Oh no, because he was joking with me that like I didn't want to meet him, and I was like, oh no, Mr. Asner, you're a legend. I'm so excited to meet you. And then when I met Michael Shannon, I did ask if it hurt when he fell from heaven. He said yes, it's a long way down.
Again, Peebs and I have been friends for a very long time. So we actually text, like phone number text, and my photo in my phone for you is the photo of you and Michael Shannon. And it's like horrifically pixelated because I must have put it in forever ago.
I don't have access to any of those photos anymore.
Oh, I'll send you a screenshot.
Send me a screenshot of the tiny little pixelated. Also, yeah.
Here, I'll send it right now so you can see it.
Hold on. The time, they were doing like, I think, what was he shooting? He had like shaved his head.
He looks odd.
Yeah, he was.
There you go. That's
it was
you and my phone.
It was
My God.
It wasn't Man of Steel, was it?
No, this would have been after Man of Steel. No? Man of Steel was 13, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it
okay,
been.
then it was. He had his General Zod hair when he was in this play. Yes, because I remember somebody walked up to him and was like, I'm really excited to see you as General Zod. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so that... And then Vincent D'Onofrio and I are friends because I got him to say fuck turfs on Twitter. That's that story. All right, so this is do you have any Ryan, do you have anything to add for Hawkeye?
No.
No?
I liked the show. I liked the characters. And it was fun. I liked the dog.
This was before Jeremy Renner got run over by that tractor. Yep.
We did make a couple of references to that to each other.
Yeah, and it's funny because he's okay now. He is alive.
Yeah. He's okay now.
He's okay now, so it's...
And yeah, I this show made me like Hawkeye because he was kind of nothing before the show as a character.
No, for real. Like, what's
he was good in this?
He's funny in this one. Yeah. Shannon, now that you've watched Hawkeye on Disney Plus, what did you think?
It was fine.
Yeah.
Now that how many episodes is it?
6.
I just watched 6 episodes in the last 7 minutes.
Yeah.
I thought, this fine. I hope Jeremy Renner's doing great.
We need the Jeremy Renner rep now more than ever.
I saw someone on I think I saw someone on Blue Sky who had done some kind of comic design or some kind of design for a Hawkeye comic book. And all of the branding for the show was just directly their design and they weren't credited or compensated. It was something like that.
Oh no.
Or I think it was for Hawkeye. I was trying to Google it and then it was just useless. But I remember seeing this photo. But I mean, if you make something for Marvel, of course they own it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that person actually had any legal claim to it, but
right.
And if anyone in the chat knows what I'm talking about, let us know. But I don't. Maybe I'm misremembering. But I was like, wait, I've seen those spirals, those bullseyes.
Yeah, because this is patterned pretty closely. This is patterned on the Hawkeye comic, this run, the Fraction run.
It might have been someone who worked on that.
Yeah, okay.
But
if you find
maybe I'm just making that up.
I mean, if you ever come across that, let me know.
I'll just look on my phone.
Okay. Next up, Doctor Strange. What is there to say about Doctor Strange? But
Matt Mikkelsen is in it.
Okay, we're not there yet.
Benedict
We're not there yet.
Wong is in it.
So yeah, the cast is stacked. Unfortunately, it also has Benedict Cumberbatch.
I've seen this one. Okay, I found the thing I was thinking of. I'm sending it, and it was a different design.
Oh,
an arrow, a down arrow. Anyway, I have seen Doctor Strange. I didn't really like it.
Visually stunning. Yeah. Unless Benedict Cumberbatch was on screen, then I did not tell you this, Rye. I would not look at him in the face. I look anywhere but him. I did not want to look at that man in the face. So that's how I can tell that it was visually stunning. Otherwise, yes, as you were saying, Mads Mikkelsen is in this film. He is a boon to this film. He was hamming and cheesing it up, and I was nom 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 eating it all up, yum yum yum. Unfortunately, he had Benedict Cumberbatch as a scene partner multiple times. That was unfortunate for him, but nothing's perfect in this life. 2.5 stars. Doctor Strange. Canada's sweetheart Rachel McAdams is also in this film, and Tilda Swinton is in it for some reason. Also, it's culturally insensitive. A lot of cultural insensitivity in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. What's happening with his eyes? He has accepted scary space evil Jesus into his heart. And this is what happens when you accept scary evil space Jesus or whatever into your heart. It's like Unity in Dead Space. It's exactly like Unity in Dead Space, it basically.
Sure.
Yeah. Hashtag it's exactly like Unity Dead Space. Yeah. It was, but I was happy to see Mads Mikkelsen in this film because it gave me something else to look at.
I got excited because I forgot he was in it. So
I didn't know he was in
to
it.
see him again.
I was like, oh, Mads Mikkelsen is okay. Well, it's really not a lot to say about this movie.
Yeah, I think the cast except for Cumberbatch is good. I hate his American accent.
It was, oh my God. It was bad. The ableism. Like this dude, oh my God, my hands shake. Oh, I want to fucking kill myself. Like, what? Brother.
It was hard to root for him as a character because he fucking sucks.
It is very hard to root for Stephen Strange because he sucks. He is arrogant. He's an asshole. He thinks that just because he doesn't have full use of his hands, his life is over and he's worthless. And he
remember his shitty beard?
He's got shitty facial hair. I already have to deal with that shitty facial hair on Tony Stark. Like, I don't want to deal with it on somebody else. But now we have to.
He sucks. If it wasn't gorgeous, I'm sure you would have given it like half of a star.
Yeah. If it didn't have the rest of the cast and it wasn't like it looks the mirror world, the mirror whatever, I was enthralled. I was like, whoa, this looks really cool. Yeah. And it gave me something else to look at besides Cumberbatch.
Yeah. Let's move on.
Avengers Age of Ultron. You cannot give this 0 stars on Letterboxd unless you just don't rate it. But for the purposes of, there being ratings on Letterboxd, I gave it half a star because it employed a lot of people.
Yep. Time to check if I saw this one.
It's 2015.
Oh my gosh. Letterboxd on mobile is covered in ads. I did see this one. Didn't like it.
This is the one where Tony says if he could lift Thor's hammer, he would bring back prima nocta or whatever it's called, the being allowed to have sex with your subjects, women. Like, that's a typical Joss Whedon joke, quote unquote joke. This is the one.
There's a lot of sex jokes and innuendo in here that I didn't notice because I was before spending too much time trying to understand the plot or what anybody's motivations were. And I think after seeing this for the third time, I finally understand why the villain was mad. But this movie sucks.
This movie sucks. This is the one where Bruce face plants into Nat's boobs. It's the shoehorned relationship between Bruce and Nat. She thinks because she's sterile, she's a monster. Not
comparable to the Hulk.
Comparable to the Hulk. Comparable to war criminal Tony Stark. Not because she used to be an assassin that's killed a bunch of people. She's a monster because she can't bear children. It's the same shit as in the first Avengers when Loki calls her a cunt, but it's couched in as a mewling quim. Like, that's not fucking funny. But I guess it's funny to Joss Whedon. So we've got the twins who are, you know, Romani Jews in the comics. But, you know, we've got Liz Olsen and Aaron Taylor Johnson over here as the
Craven the Hunter.
Craven the Hunter as the Maximoff twins. They're not mutants because we don't have mutants in the MCU legally.
Well, we didn't at this time.
That's what I was gonna say until. Anyway, they instead get their powers from Loki's scepter, which is the Mind Stone, one of them Infinity Stones through Hydra experiments. Also, Minecraft. Also, there's a lot of like. Like, I can't tell if Joss Whedon hates or likes Hawkeye. Like, there's a lot of Hawkeye in this movie, but they make a lot of jokes at his expense. Like, he's literally, like, the world's greatest marksman. Like, that's canon in everything, that Hawkeye is, if not the world's greatest marksman, up there, definitely. Even though he uses a bow and arrow. But there's a lot of comments like, why are you on this team? And then also they go to his farm in Indiana or wherever. And then I had forgotten this, but when I saw this in theaters, when they're chopping wood and Steve like rips a log in half, I remember a lot of people gasping in theaters. When do you recall this part? Like, a lot of women just got really aroused.
Like, whoa.
It was a gasp of arousal of a lot of people in my theater when he did that. And that is what I remember of the theater experience, seeing Avengers Age of Ultron. I walked out of this movie, I was so mad. I was so mad at this movie. Sucks. This movie sucks. Yeah, lots of people suddenly realized they wanted to be that log. Exactly. Isn't that Bucky's just out of frame in this movie. A couple of times Sam shows up. At one point he's like, I've been looking into our cold missing persons case. And it's like, get out of this movie. Get out of this movie while you still can, dude. Please. And then when Steve has his dream, that's like, he dreams about Peggy. So in Winter Soldier, old Peggy shows up and she's like, oh, Steve, you need to make a new life for yourself. You're here now. You can't change the past. You can't, and, telling him to move the fuck on because she got married. She had kids. And then also, now he's looking for his best friend, Bucky Barnes. You remember him, right? Anyway. But in Ultron, because Joss Whedon can't write himself out of a paper bag, his Cap's dream is about how much he misses Peggy and how much he wants to dance with her, and not about maybe his guilt of maybe the perception that he left his best friend, his childhood best friend, behind when he fell off that train. Maybe thinking about how he's scary now. Maybe thinking about how much he misses. No, it's about, and as much as I love Peggy, like, she's my girl, I'm always glad to see Haley Atwell in these shitty movies, whatever. Also, there's a scene where Ultron and Steve are fighting on a freeway, and I said out loud, I said, you know who else Steve fought on a freeway? That's right, Bucky Barnes. I didn't even give this one a second slide. Like, that's how little I wanted to talk about this movie, but I've talked about it a lot because how much I hate it. I fucking hate this movie. Jesus Christ. Eternals!
Oh, wait, I want to say one more thing about this. Just that So we do a little video every time we spin the wheel. And the first two, we were like, oh no, when it lands on the movie. Just ham it up about how bad some of these are. But when it landed on Avengers Age of Ultron, we were both genuinely in distress about having to watch this movie again. Because the rules of the game is we spin the wheel, and whatever it lands on, we watch it right then. So we have to watch it immediately.
Yeah, we
And
sit down on
so-
the couch, we spin the wheel, and then we open the Blu-ray box and put it in the PS5, and then we play it right then. So basically, it's like, oh, and this is what we made Yelena dinner, right?
Yeah.
We made Yelena dinner to watch. So at least that kind of cushioned the blow a little bit. We
Yeah.
were eating the Yelena dinner.
And it's over now. It's out of the rotation. We don't have to watch it again.
It's out of the rotation. That is correct. We don't have to watch this again. We still have all the other Avengers movies to watch. Unfortunately, they can't seem to make a good Avengers movie.
No.
It's weird. There's a lot more I could say about this movie. Like the infighting, the weird infighting. It's like, Cap, I need you to not get on my ass about making a sentient killing machine thing. Tony, you shouldn't be doing stuff like that. Why are you moralizing, man? Like, I fucking hate Tony Stark. Anyway, Eternals. This movie is about some aliens, and they came to Earth in Mesopotamia times, and they have been influencing humanity ever since, which again goes back to the cultural insensitivity thing I mentioned in Doctor Strange. Because this movie is telling us that Brian Tyree Henry's character has been influencing technology for 5,000 years, basically. And none of these societies have done anything on their own, I guess. But these people have been here this whole time. Where were they when that purple fucker was causing trouble? Where were they when those other aliens were causing trouble? Where have they been?
Dressed in the movie.
They address in the movie. Salma Hayek's character is like, oh, we can't interfere. They say, okay.
Yep.
That's it. But she eventually realizes, like, after Thanos, she's like, well, shit. Maybe we should have been doing stuff. I don't know. I mean, so, but what else happened? Right. So remember way back in the bit about Brave New World, the Celestial Island. I don't know if you remember that. That's a pretty forgettable movie. So turns out that the Earth is an egg, and it is incubating a celestial, and a celestial is a giant celestial being that helps create galaxies and seeds life. And the Eternals, they go planet to planet. Their memory is wiped after each planet, but they go planet to planet and make sure that humanity, or like whatever sentient beings navigate these planets or whatever, their societies grow enough, like into the billions, their psychic humanity energy or whatever helps the celestial get birthed. And
so they gotta make the human population grow enough that there's enough people energy for the egg to hatch.
Right. And so Salma Hayek's character,
when you say it out loud,
it does sound pretty silly when you say it out loud. I mean, that's all these movies. So Salma Hayek's character, she's their leader. She knew this was happening, and she was fine with it because that was, they're helping the universe grow and whatever. The rest of them did not remember this happening. But then she decides she wants to stop it. And then what's his face from Game of Thrones? One of them dudes from Game of Thrones. There's 2 Game of Thrones men in this movie, by the way. 2 Game of Thrones men in this movie. He's like, I can't let you do this, because he's
the Scottish one.
He's the Scottish one. And
the Eternals are very diverse group.
They're a very diverse group.
There's a Scottish one. There's an Irish one.
There's an Angelina Jolie one.
Hmm.
There's Ma Dong-seok is in this movie as well.
He's
Kumail
great.
Nanjiani.
The cast is great.
The cast is pretty stacked. I gotta say, Gemma Chan was pretty cool. I really liked her in this movie. She
Mhm.
was the main character. Anyway, they stop it, and how they stop it is Gemma Chan's character can like transmute materials.
She's like Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah, she can change elements of things. So it ends up as this celestial is literally like birthing itself, like its head is fully out of the ocean and it's got two hands poking out of the ocean. She ends up with, psychic help from some of the gamers. She ends up turning this giant celestial being into adamantium. So this is how adamantium has been introduced into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Which is not expanded here, but expanded on in Brave New World, because there's like peace treaties about what countries can use this new element for. But it's, let me tell you, I gotta tell you, Chloe Zhao has never met a sunbeam she did not like. I tell you what, this woman loves a sunbeam. She loves those god rays. And you know what?
Good for her.
Good for her.
Good for us.
Good for us. It was a little repetitive, but she was trying it. She's got this big motion picture, and she's putting her little artistic spins on it. So it's appreciated. It's a good looking picture. It really is. It's colorful.
Do you have a slide about how they all stand in a line like 8 times in the film?
I unfortunately did not include that.
Okay.
I did, however, include a picture of Kumail Nanjiani.
Good. That was my next question.
Because he is in this movie, and I liked when he was on screen and speaking, because he's funny.
I like Sarah in chat mentions that he got ripped for it. And I do want to address that the filmmakers did not ask him to get ripped for this movie. They were fine with the way he was. He chose to get ripped for this movie and put in the work.
That's true. I just wanted to call attention to that fact, because he's a funny guy, and I like what he's got on offer vis-a-vis his humor and such.
And I like his valet is a fun guy too.
Yeah. His character is a Bollywood star. This picture is like this. He's been a Bollywood star, so they're immortal. He's been a Bollywood star since the beginning, but he's like, this is my great great grandfather. This is my great grandfather. This is my grandfather. This is my father. This is me. But it's him. It's been him the whole time. So he and his valet has been like working for him like for 50 years or whatever. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think like getting ripped for this like gave him our heightened like body dysmorphia or something. It caused him a lot of psychological problems.
Yeah.
Not to be a bummer, but yeah. I don't know if he's talked about it recently, but
yeah, I do remember him talking about that. So here's how I felt anytime he was on screen. I said,
he was great.
He was great. I really enjoyed him.
And he was funny.
And
his superpowers are that his hands are guns.
Yeah, all of them have different powers. This guy can fly and has laser eyes.
He's Superman.
He's Superman. Salma Hayek, he is Healy. Brian Tyree Henry was like technology.
Mm-hmm.
Angelina Jolie was just Athena.
She's literally Athena.
She's literally like her character's name is Athena. Oh, by the way, Richard Madden's character is Icarus. Yes, that comes up. She can just like make psychic knives or whatever. Don Lee was Gilgamesh, and he was just strong. There was a child as well, and she had like glimmer illusion powers. This Irish man who I always call Barry Kevin, even though that's not how you say his name. I can't ever remember how you say his name, but he can like mind control people.
Barry Keegan?
Yeah.
You say Barry Kevin?
I like to call him Barry Kevin because
Okay,
of the GH. And then
Yeah, there's like an Irish way of pronouncing it that I can't remember.
yeah, and then Kumail Nanjiani he has like gun hands.
Finger guns.
And then this character, I literally have no idea what her power was. Just that
She's
she
the
was
fast
deaf.
one.
Oh right, had super speed. She's
Yeah.
super speed. I liked her. So they all had different powers, and they all stood in a line several times. Like we get it. They're good at standing in a line. We get it.
Mhm.
All right. What else do you say about this movie?
I like it.
I liked it.
It's like it was critically not very well received. I haven't read the reviews to understand why, but I know like a common complaint is like there's a lot of characters and you don't know any of them before. My argument to that is that's every film. You don't know
Films.
anybody before you see the film.
It's true. It
But
does.
there's still like 10 of them, so I get it.
It does do its best to introduce these characters in a way that seems natural. However, it just, there's a lot of them. And some of these people were capital A acting, and some of them were, normal acting. I think we can all guess who was capital A acting here.
You're
But it's no, I enjoyed it. It's one of those I just hadn't gotten around to.
Yeah, when this one came up in the wheel, I was like, oh yeah, I'd
Oh,
like to see that again.
all right. I liked it more than I thought I would. Yeah.
Yeah.
There will not be
It's
a sequel.
No.
It sets up for a sequel. Harry Styles shows up, and
That's true.
I didn't realize he was going to show up. I got jump scared pretty bad.
His character's named Star Fox.
Yeah, his character's name is Star Fox, and I was like, what? That's a video game. Don't lie to me. Your name is not Star Fox. So that...
And there's in the post credits, it sets up a different movie where Kit Harington gets a big sword, and then off screen, Mahershala Ali says a line to him.
Right. So there is a line in this movie. It's like, Kit Harington, his name's Dane? Yeah, his character's name is Dane. It's like, Dane, maybe you could reconnect with your uncle, and then the line goes dead or whatever. And then the post-credit scene is there's a sword, and it's like, it's related to Blade, but Kit Harington is not going to be... Jon Snow will not be attending the Blade film premiere. I tell you what. If that movie even fucking...
If they ever make it.
If they ever make that fucking movie. It still has not been made. So Shannon, now that you've seen Eternals, what do you think?
It's cool that there were a lot of people in it. I like Kumail Nanjiani. Having seen this in the past 10 or so minutes, I thought it was interesting.
And there were a lot of sun rays.
Mhm.
A lot of sunbeams.
Love a sunbeam.
A lot of sunbeams. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending our presentation of MeNU2CMCU. This is a picture of me today. I took my Bucky Barnes action figure to see Thunderbolts today, and he had a great time. He said, "Wow, that's me up there." Also, please make sure to vote in the Crit Awards for Shannon. And did you say April or who else?
April Raygun, Caleb Zane Hewitt, Jack Packard got nominated. Ken Lowry, who did Killer Ratings, which we played on Avarice Hotel. A lot of friends of the show were nominated. Also, my wonderful friend Jen De La Vega, but she's in the same category as me. So whichever of us you think
Vote for Shannon.
does a better job. Jen's awesome.
Yeah.
We both got nominated for Best Player Indie. There's a lot of cool people on the list. I'm finding interesting people to follow and check out their work, because there's like a Discord as well for the Crit Awards, not just for nominees, but whoever can join.
Oh, okay. And then thank you so much everyone who has donated to help pay to recover the data of that 4 terabyte hard drive. It's got a lot of stuff on it that would just be awful to lose. It's not only is it audio, if you're not aware, they also record video when they do the podcast for Do You Validate. Also, if you are interested if you're in the Atlanta area and you need, podcast space, if you want to hit up the podcast studio, Joel would be more than happy to talk to you. Go to doyouvalidate.com. There's a lot of information not only on the shows of the Do You Validate podcast network, but also the podcast studio itself, located in beautiful, wonderful Atlanta, GA. Thank you so much to the both of you for joining me here for this special edition of MeNU2CMCU with SweetPeebs and SweetPeanut with special guest Shannon Strucci. Do you have any closing thoughts?
What are y'all's favorite non-Marvel superhero movie? I don't even know what mine is. I was thinking about John Wick during the last one. I was like, man, I love John Wick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking about a lot of
John Wick
characters.
counts, I'll say John
4.
Wick.
My favorite superhero is John Wick. John Wick 4.
Yeah. John Wick. I think we could all agree. I think
Yeah.
genuinely we can all agree. John Wick.
I have I'll plug my letterbox because I have a fun little joke. My top 4 films. I have John Wick 1, John Wick 2, Waiting for Guffman, John Wick 4.
That's fun.
John Wick 3 is the one with Halle Berry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the one where he goes to the library, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I liked that.
Ruby Rose.
Oh. So please watch movies and follow all of us on Letterboxd, I guess. But yeah, thank you so much.
Support your local movie theater.
Support your local movie theater. Yeah. Support
Sarah
cinema.
likes Batman Returns.
Sarah likes Batman Returns.
Red Broker likes Madam Web. Wizard Supreme likes Spider-Man 2.
Okay, Spider-Man 2, X-Men, X2. Pretty good.
I still haven't seen Madam Web.
Spider-Man 2 is probably the correct one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in the Pantheon, Spider-Man 2, X2.
I think if we ever get through the wheel and finish watching all the MCU movies, we'll have a second wheel with all the non-MCU Marvel movies.
All right. Happy Pride to everyone, but specifically to Pedro Pascal. Pre-order your tickets for Fantastic Four First Steps in theaters
next month,
July 20-something, I think.
Yeah.
So that it doesn't interfere with the Superman. Also, make sure you go see Superman, July 11th. Looks pretty good. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Guten Abend. Guten Nacht. Guten Nacht. Goodbye.
I'm gonna stop right now. Goodbye, everyone.